Hey, Lauren here. Several of you have asked me where I've been, and so I thought I would do a chat, have a chat with you and catch up and answer a couple of questions. How are you? Are you sleeping? Are you happy? Are you warm? It's fairly late at night here. It's close to midnight and I'm really tired. I've just sat down with a cup of tea and I've literally just sat down for the day. I haven't had a break since 5 a.m. I got up at 5:15 a.m. and I can hear my voice is croaky. And there's not a lot I can do about that. So, excuse me. If you want, get yourself a cuppa, or perhaps you'd like to just snuggle up in bed and let's have a friendly chat. I received a question from an avid fan. Is that what I call all of you? I don't think that's a good name. Friend. And she writes, do you have any advice for how to get over being a people pleaser? I feel I'm always walking on eggshells to please my best friend, roommate, boss, etc. Do not make anyone ever mad at me, and it's exhausting. I love that question. I love that question because it really resonates with me. I often worry about what people think about me. Don't we all? I mean, really, honestly, don't we all? And if we completely didn't worry about what another person thinks of us, we'd kind of be sociopaths, for want of a better word. We are, and you know I've talked about this so many times, we are a herd animal. We are a pack animal. We are a tribal animal, so we like our tribe. We need our tribe. Physiologically, biologically, sociologically, we need to belong. And one of the reasons we need to belong is it's an instinct within us, deep within us. And then on the other side, we have our higher self, that soul, that spirit, that part of us that gently reminds us that we have an individual sense of self. And through life, we walk this precarious precipice, this precarious balance, this tightrope, where we move between our sense of individual self and our group self, our tribal self, our sense of herd, our pack. We run with our pack, our pod. If we were a dolphin, it would be a pod of dolphins. Or if we were a crow, it would be our murder of crows. So how do we know? How do we know the line to walk? I don't know the answer to that. I know it's a matter of sitting in the present. I know it's a matter of taking responsibility. I know it's a matter of every single day practicing as you would piano scales, practicing the art of being in the moment. And it is an art. It's so easy to be sucked into the mayhem, the belly of the wave of our community, of our society, of our world. Our role in life is to care for others. That's our role in life. Our role in life is to contribute to the community, to look after our world, to promote sustainability of our community, of our environment, of our world. That's just the way it is. That's our eternal role. We're not going to be able to do that if we don't maintain a sense of self. The faster our world, and the faster we allow our world to be, the quicker we lose our sense of self. In the workplace, we are at our best when we think clearly, create space in our mind so we can have a clear, specific direction and work towards that clear, specific direction. Knowing our direction at work requires stillness. The workplace has a mission. Knowing that mission and remembering that mission requires stillness, because it's easy to be swept up in the mayhem of different issues that are occurring at work. The difficult customer, the workplace politics. It's easy to be swept up by distraction. When we sit in the silence, we are more likely to remember our greater self and our greater purpose, no matter what the situation. Whether you were thinking about the workplace, your relationship, your sense of family, your partner, your relationship with your animals, your goals. In order to really know yourself, to know your purpose, in order to come back to the pack and really be able to contribute with love, kindness and compassion, we need to be in the stillness. When we are truly in the stillness, we remember the vitality and importance of compassion. And we remember what compassion is. Compassion is an amazing, silent emotion. Because if we want compassion to be seen, it's not compassion anymore, it's arrogance. If we want forgiveness to be noticed, it's not forgiveness anymore, it's arrogance. If we want love to be acknowledged, it's not love anymore, it's need. When we sit in the stillness, we need our actions to be acknowledged less. We become happier with the act in itself, and we need it to be acknowledged or seen or noticed less. But I'm not saying that this is an open and shut case. That once you feel comfortable with yourself, you no longer need the world to acknowledge you. It is an ongoing daily quest, a daily process of being in the moment. every single day. Every single day. The viewer, the listener, talked about it being exhausting. It is exhausting to try and please others because it can't be done. It's like a rat or a mouse running on a treadmill that never ends. There is no end. There is no arrival. If we wish to please others, we will never please others because others can only be pleased by themselves. We can only please ourselves. We cannot, by definition, please others. The feeling of being pleased is a feeling that comes from us for us. We choose how to process others' actions, others' behaviours, issues, events. We choose how to process. So we cannot make somebody approve of us or feel approval. It can't be done. So of course it's exhausting. Running a treadmill that never ends is exhausting. Running a marathon with no finishing line, well, how exhausting would that be? As is seeking approval from others. Because they perceive in the mirror of their life, they perceive others' actions and behaviours by who they are. So by trying to please them, we give away our power to please ourselves. And we hand our power to somebody else with their issues, their concerns, their background, their past. Why don't we please ourselves? I don't actually think it's that simple. I sincerely believe when we love people, we so want their happiness that a part of us and a part of our happiness is always determined by how the ones we love feel, how our children feel, how our friends feel. But saying that, we still have power and we can empower ourselves. Why not do so? And how do we do so? In health, meditation, sleep, creating a sleep ritual, practicing compassion, walking in each step, noticing each step, focusing on one sense at a time, monitoring, structuring social media time, noticing how much time you spend in distraction. We will always need to please others because we are social, and part of being social is needing and wanting to belong. if we allow that need to rule us, we lose our capacity for social and spiritual growth. We lose our capacity to grow as souls. We lose our capacity to be enlightened. It's not easy. It's not always fun. So what can you do in your life to reduce your need to seek approval and to want approval? I'm no different to you. I go through stages where I feel really insecure. I know there are certain groups where I especially feel I need approval. But that need is created by myself, not by any outside factors. It's a need I create, and I can uncreate it. It is what it is. There are some groups where I don't care and I don't need approval. But there are other groups in which I do need approval. These groups are generally groups where I have a past where I haven't necessarily resolved particular issues about myself. Past where I haven't taken the time to look clearly in the mirror and own my stuff. A past where I'm still holding on to residual memories, triggers and issues. So part of the journey of not needing approval is letting go of the past and noticing those vulnerable moments. With which groups do you feel particularly vulnerable? Is it for certain people in your family? Is it relationships? Is it partners? Is it work? And what does that say about who you are? Because it says something. And if you take the time to sit in the stillness, quietly, oh, so quietly, and listen to the stillness, then, my friend, you'll hear the answers. But the interesting thing is, the answers only last a moment. And then we need to listen again. Because we are who we are only in this moment. Because in the next moment, we are affected by that environment, and we are a new, separate, another person, another soul, a soul who has grown in the moment, a soul who has developed in some wisdom. Let's take a moment now to sit in the stillness and ponder, create space in our mind, create mindfulness, our mind full of our mind, rather than a mind full of distraction. Breathe now, my friend. Breathe now, my friend. Breathe now, my friend. You're okay. You're doing okay. Don't be too hard on yourself. Take moment by moment. You have friends. You are loved. And you'll be okay. Just take it easy. Self-reflect. Love yourself. And then move back to the herd with a greater sense of self-realization. Breathe now. Relax and breathe. Thank you for joining me. I'm very grateful. Relax and breathe. 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 And breathe. Relax and breathe.